Hello, welcome to my channel. Hello, Mercutio. Hello, Maggie. Let's see. Let's begin. Let's paint a new portrait. Let me know, please, if you can hear me okay. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of charcoal, widow charcoal, for sketching. I have here widow charcoal. Okay. Okay. I'm moving the image here on my screen. Okay, let me see. Here's gonna be the top. Here's the bottom of the chin. I wanna see the overall shape of the face. It looks like something like this. Let me see. This and this. This line represents the forehead. This line the side of the face, and this line represents the hair. Okay. This is gonna be the hair. Here's the mandible, the ear. I just try to draw the overall shape. Hello, Christine. Hello, Petra. Hello, George. Oh, thank you, Maggie. Okay, this is the overall shape. I squinted down my eyes to see, this shape. Now, let's see. This is gonna be the top of the head, the hairline. Here, the face, top of the face, top of the head is up here. Let me see if I can split this in 3 portions. Okay. The first one, that's gonna be for the eyebrows. The second one, that's gonna be for the bottom of the nose, and this one for the bottom of the chin. Okay, now I split this one in 3 portions. And on top of these lines, I sit the eyes. Okay, I mean, these measurements aren't perfect. Okay, that means that it could be a little bit up, it could be a little bit lower. I always try to use these measurements at the same time I have the image to my left, same size. At the same time, I use some alignments. For example, this side of the nose is aligned, kind of close to be aligned with the tear duct here. Okay. Now let's see the shape of the nose. Yeah, something like this. There is a simple form that always to represent the nose, and it's this. Okay, they represent the base of the nose, the frontal plane, and the lateral plane, and that's what we see here. Now for the mouth, usually we split this distance in half, and we can see the mouth on top of this line. But in this case, I think that she has a longer chin, and at the same time, because she has the mouth a little bit open, and I'd like to change this measurement. Okay, I'm gonna move the mouth a little bit lower. And another thing, that she has a really thick lower lip. Okay, what about the corner of the mouth? I think it's aligned up with, let me see on the photograph, yeah, it's pretty close to be aligned with the inner part of the iris. Yep. Yeah. Hello, Manuel. Hello, London. Hello, Lollipop. Hello, Sharon. Oh, hello, Lollipop is asking me what equipment are you using? Okay, this is willow charcoal. Oh, I didn't mention the colors that I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm gonna mention then. Titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, permanent alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, and ivory black. All of these are hues. I use Winton. Okay, and my brushes, all my brushes are always I use synthetic brushes. I'm pretty consistent with the colors. I just love just simple, let's say, just few colors on my palettes. I have enough with this. I'm not saying that. I mean, that's okay to use a lot of colors. It's just I love to just use 5, 6 colors. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna erase my drawing a little bit. Whoa, that was too much. I wanna see a little bit of. Okay. Now let's draw again, but with a little bit of color. This is a synthetic brush, a filbert brush. You can ask me any question, okay? Feel free to ask me any question about materials I use, materials I know about the canvases, anything. I'm painting on a canvas. What happens that for people that's new on my channel, I use a portion of my canvas as a palette, and that's because my first videos I started to use a palette, but no more my first videos here on YouTube. Uh, I prepared a course a long time ago in Spanish, and I was having a lot of problems just showing the palette because I used to hold the palette on my hand, and the problem is that sometimes I forgot to hold the palette, to show the mixtures on the camera, and what I did is just put the palette next to my painting, but I couldn't find a way to stick the palette to keep it steady. Yeah, and one day I said, okay, what about I had a bigger canvas, and I did this. I'm painting on one side of the canvas, and I used the other side to mix the colors, and it worked really good for me. You know, no movement, more steady. The only problem is I have to display the colors like this when usually a palette you just put the colors like this. But I did get used to this. That's okay at the end. Doesn't matter that much. Okay, let's say that here's my drawing. Okay, pretty sure something is off. Obviously, I usually I sketch just a little bit, and the more I paint, the more I'm able to compare more with the photograph and start making retouches and retouches. Okay. Hello Lydia. Hello Marina. Landon, do you like using a sword palette on portraits sometimes? Yeah, I like the sword palette a lot. It's pretty simple for skin color. Okay, I'm gonna start painting the background. Since everything is pretty dark, definitely that's gonna affect my skin color. I'm gonna start with just a dark green, a little bit of black, cobalt blue, and camel yellow. Okay, a touch of white. The sword palette is especially for portraits, and I just found it really, really helpful. But just basically for the skin color, okay? If you wanna paint more more things on, like for example this green, that would be kind of difficult to get with the sword palette because there's no blue. The black, ivory black, adds it works like a dark blue. Okay, let me see. Let me see something. Yeah, it's good. What I'm doing is basically comparing how tilted is this side of the face, and I put it on top of the photograph here. Okay. Hello, Rob. Hello, Sinet. Okay, I'll start with just darker colors, the background first, then the hair. I think I have enough space for mixing the colors. Yeah. Now the hair is basically brown. I'm using a little bit of linseed oil for painting the background and the hair. For the face, I don't use anything, just the oil paint, not medium at all. But here I'm gonna go faster with this. That's what I use in linseed oil. Okay, some blue here for the dress. Okay, now let's paint the face. To paint the face, I'm gonna squint down my eyes to try to see light and shadows to separate. I mean, there's not too much contrast today in this image, but that's gonna be enough, I think, to see. Hello, Exploring History. Hello, Samia. Okay, hello, Giovanna. Hello, Ivan. Okay, squinting down my eyes, I can see clearly that I'm gonna use this brown. I can see clearly the shadows area. Here, for example, I see shadow on the neck. Okay, the eyes in shadow here. Here, shadow, light on the forehead, light on this side of the face, a little bit of shadow on the nose. Okay, and below the mouth, a little bit here. Okay. Now let's see the skin color. Usually I start with orange and I knock down the orange to get closer to skin color. Okay, it could be more yellowish, it could be more reddish. It depends on. It could be darker, it could be lighter. In this case, I can see that it's a little bit more reddish, a little bit pinky. Let's start here. Just yellow and red, more red, white. Make it lighter. And now I need to knock down this color. I can use blue or I can use black. It's up to you. If somebody doesn't like black, use blue. Let me see if this color is okay. It's too pinky. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit more orangey. Let's see. No, I think it's too intense. More black. let's see, I think this color is it's okay. Now obviously that's my first layer, and since I'm painting Alla Prima, it means that I'm not gonna be that precise with the color. Color is something that I'm gonna just build up on the process of painting this. That means I'm gonna add more and more paint. Okay, just the light area, the neck too. Okay, just 1 second, guys, 1 second. Sí. Un segundo, estoy pintando. Ahora voy. Ahora voy. Sorry, that was my wife. You know, life has to go on here at home. Okay. I'm gonna draw a little bit. I'm gonna use this brush 00. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this paint, this color, and let's draw again. Okay. Hello Mina, hello Sobnir, hello Samia. Mercutius asking, friends, do you remember a shift when your drawing went from academic to more intuitive? Okay. Uh, Hello Joanne. This thing about being intuitive, about intuition in drawing, no, when you practice that much, no, drawing like daily that I used to practice when I was a student, daily, and painting daily. There's not too much of intuition there. And what's happening is just we create a lot of muscle memory. Okay, and we start just to making a lot of things on the portrait just by memory, using the muscle memory. Yeah, that's not intuition. To be creative, maybe it could be okay, but I don't feel like I'm being intuitive. The thing is, I feel that I don't think it's so many things, for example, but I know that I'm doing them because I've been doing portraits so many times, and it's kind of, for example, something simple. Sometimes we paint the light on the nose all the way to the bottom, or we paint the light on the chin all the way to the bottom. Okay, I know I don't need to see the photograph to know that there is always a shadow here. There is always a shadow below the mouth. There is always a shadow below the nose, the nose, the lower portion of the nose. And I don't see that shadow. Okay, definitely I'm gonna paint that shadow because I know it's gonna be always there. Obviously, because the light is coming from up. But that's not intuition, It's just that I've been doing the same so many times. I don't know if that's okay, but I think it being using intuition is more about when maybe somebody doesn't know something and kind of guess what to do. Even to place the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. I'm not guessing, I'm measuring. the distance, and usually you're gonna find that it works. And then you repeat that again and again. Yeah. Sinet, okay, thank you, Sinet. Sorry, I don't. Okay, thank you. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Lucy. Exploring history saying it's not muscle memory. Actual God is holding his hand. That sounds pretty good. Hello, Kon Kumar. Hello, Joan. Raikosim. Sorry if you wanna, for new people, you know that you wanna listen so many surrounding the sounds. You wanna listen my son, maybe my daughter, my little dog. I've been painting these YouTube videos for a couple of years, and I can't stop, eh, everybody because of this. I wish maybe to make this more professionally, like keep total silence here, but it's impossible. Sorry, it's impossible. Okay, let me see. I'm stepping back. I'm gonna use a different brush to mix a darker color here. Okay, what I'm doing basically, you see, is orange, but in this case, it's more orange, more reddish, and knocking down the color with black and white. If you add a lot of black and white, obviously you're gonna kill the color. Be careful with that. But that's gonna be easy because spend some time just mixing. If, for example, if I add too much black and white, at some point, obviously, what's gonna get is gonna get gray. You see, and that's gonna be about adding yellow and red again, and continue mixing. It's no big deal. Okay, there is not too many options, and less options is just better when we paint something difficult as a portrait, because we don't need to deal with drawing, likeness, proportions, and on top of that, a lot of colors and a lot of mixtures. I prefer it always simplify. Okay, Mercutio. Hello, Marius. Is saying intuitive to me is when you do something so long that your subconscious takes over at some point. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. Then that means that we're on the same page. Maybe I didn't explain that good, but okay, let's see. And more red, white, yellow. Squinting down my eyes. Okay, looks like everything's okay. Okay, I'm gonna use a different brush to mix a darker color. That's gonna be the same, okay? too much black. Too much black. I could kill the color. Okay, I think this is gonna be okay. Let's see. No, a little bit darker. What about this one? Okay, okay, that's better. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Lothar. Exploring is saying, after watching and listening to Renzo, my painting improves a lot. Now I know when I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm doing that. That's pretty good. Exploring history. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, I have one value here. I have a darker one and I have a darker one. I need even a darker one for the neck. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna use a different brush, okay? I prefer to use 3, 4, 5, 10 brushes. And this way I can pick up one brush again and go back to, let's say, this color or this color again. Okay, wait, I lost the brush. No, it's good, it's okay. I'm gonna pick up this one. Let's see. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue and a little bit of alizarin crimson. Okay, making this color a little bit cooler. It's gonna add some depth here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna use a different brush. I'm gonna mix a lighter color here. Let's see if this light pink works. Okay, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more white. No, this color is too intense to stay here. Obviously, basically I'm mixing this color with the color that's beneath. If it's like you do add this color on top of this, and you move it, move it, move it, move it, what's happening? You're mixing. You don't have this color here, not this color. Something in the middle, and that's gonna happen here. Okay. Have light here, light here. Light here. Okay, here's the forehead, the cheekbone, nasal bone, tip of the nose. There is more light on the mouth in this area. It's not flat. This light, it doesn't go to the corner of the mouth. Okay, it's a little bit darker here. Light here, a little bit of a light here. Okay. Where's gonna be my lightest light? Usually it's the tip of the nose. Okay, I'm gonna blend a little bit. I need to step back to check out. Hello Blanca. Hello Susan. Thank you. Hello Marlon. Marlon is Duke. Okay, let's blend. I'm just selecting the brush for blending, okay? And just being sure that the tip of the brush is soft. Okay, clean the brush. I have paper towel here. The nose is too dark. I'm gonna add some pinky color to some areas of the face. And with that, obviously, I'm gonna fix some colors here. The nose should be more, the color should be more clean, orangey or pinky. Okay. Now here. Now you can change to use a different brush. I'm gonna use a different brush just for the darker color. Feel free to ask me any question, okay? Okay, I need to step back. Okay, squinting down my eyes. It looks like the shape is okay. Yep. Okay, I gotta fix something on the neck, but that's the back, but that's not important. Okay, let's see the shape of the face, size of the size of the eyes is still not okay because obviously size of the eyes is something that's gonna be always pretty difficult. And what I do is always work a little bit on the eyes, nose, and then the mouth. No, I don't stay too much time just in one area, not especially on the eyes, because I could end up just making the eyes just bigger, because that's something pretty common. Okay. One thing is first we find the position of the eyes, nose, and mouth, and then we paint each one of them trying to keep the same size, and obviously trying to get the likeness. Wow, too much work. Okay, squinting down my eyes and stepping back. Hello, Sharon. Okay. Uh, Idris Fine Art Creation is asking me. I'm from West African Ghana. I have a problem of painting the human hair. Wow, that's difficult to. It's kind of difficult to. Some questions are just kind of difficult to. But I'm gonna show a little bit. I'm gonna paint the hair. I'm gonna I'm gonna show how to do it. How I do it. Pretty sure that's gonna help a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna pick up 00 brush and I'm gonna draw again. Now one thing I'm gonna suggest is just keep some consistency about the process, about technique. Okay. Because since painting is more about repetition, no practice. If we keep, let's say, changing from one technique to a different technique, maybe it's gonna take more time just to get used to the important things about painting the human face and create a muscle memory about that. Wait, I see here there's some hair coming down like that. Yeah, not so sure. Okay, I'm gonna blend a little bit more. You can see the nose. The mouth, I'm mixing adding more red here. Okay. I think this eye is a little bit smaller than this one. Yeah, I have to make it bigger. Let me see. No, that's okay. I think that's okay. Now, what I have here basically, see, position of the feature of the face, eyes, nose, and mouth. Basically, just four colors, four values here. And now I need to work on details, more details, and it's not about details in terms of painting like eyelashes. I'm gonna paint some eyelashes, but not the kind of details like trying to paint a wrinkle. That would be in terms of uh, values. Okay, in terms of how dark is here, how light is here, in terms of making this darker and blend to create the illusion that this area is rounded. Okay, and work this small area doing that. Now I move to the other eye. Don't stay too much in one area. The face obviously depends on, if let's say that you have traced the drawing and you're very precise about keeping the drawing, maybe you could stay, working one eye, the next day the other eye. But you're working in one session on the prima, it's better always work a little bit of each area, step back and compare. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, what about the nose? Okay. Now I'm gonna use smaller brush with a lighter color. I'm gonna add some lights. Uh, what kind of brush you use to blend the colors? These are round brushes, but it just frayed out, ruined. I mean, old brushes, and you see when the brush is just it's been used for so many times, it end up like this, and don't go back to the same, shape, to its original shape. In this stage, you're gonna see that the base of the brush is kind of stiff, but the tip of the brush is pretty soft, and that's what I use for blending. Exploring history of Punjab is asking me a question: how Lord Wicks did those landscapes with so many horses, elephant, people, and even birds flying? How he kept that in his memories? Uh, keep these landscapes with so many horses, elephants, people. Okay, I didn't get it. Sorry. Sharon is asking me, do your children paint as well? They draw. They don't paint with oils. They draw. My daughter, I think she's getting more professional with illustration. You know, and she's not in YouTube. She's works more on uh, Twitter and Instagram, and she's always, painting commissions. In this case, I mean, he paints with watercolor, and then she scanned the painting, and she finished up the painting with a digital tablet, with a tablet. I don't know the program that she uses, and when she's 18 now, she's thinking like, what I'm gonna do? I mean, I need to study something. Like, she was like, I wanna be a biologist. I wanna be a doctor. I wanna be, I don't know. She doesn't even know. But for me, she's kind of already doing something. It's kind of professional in illustration. Let's see. Yeah, that's okay. A little bit of light here. A little bit of, oops. A little bit of light here. Light again. And my son is the same. My son is 16. He spends his time, he's just playing games, and drawing at night and doing homework. Okay, let's see. No, I'm gonna move this a little bit lower. Okay, I think it's better. Yep. We gotta move maybe this a little bit up. Okay. Okay, could be. Hmm. Okay. I've been kind of on and off on YouTube for the last month. Now I'm gonna try to make every Thursday at 2 p.m. Okay, Central Time, a live stream. Okay. Oh, exploring. Oh, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Exploring history of Punjab is telling me. Now I understand. You're speaking about how those illustrators just draw by memory. I think that's what you're saying. It takes a lot of practice. Yeah, a lot of practice. That's one thing that. Uh, okay, I'm gonna tell something that happens when I was a teacher. I'm gonna move this nostril a little bit lower. Okay. Was a teacher in the School of Art like 3 years ago. By the way, I would love to go back to teach. But okay, here's the thing. I was teaching anatomy, okay, and then what I did, I drew the upper portion of the human body, with bones first, and with just some muscles. I did and explained, how many vertebrates, and explained the shape of the thoracic box, all those little things about anatomy. And then I asked all the students to draw, the same. Okay, they all of them take up some sheets of paper, and then what I did, I erased my drawing, and all of them were like, "Oh, what are you doing? I mean, what's happening?" Yeah, I never said. I never said that you're gonna copy my drawing. You're gonna draw that just by memory. And they were like, "No, that's not fair, but okay, who cares?" And they were guys in 18 years old, 20 years old, pretty young, and they started to draw by memory. And it was kind of they did it okay, but not perfectly, but they're okay. One guy was the guy that he was just pretty disappointed, like with his own drawing, because he was pretty good copying, pretty good. I remember his drawings looked like photographs. It's pretty hyper-realistic drawings. And then when he was about to draw this, you know, the upper portion of the human body by memory, he struggled. And he didn't do it okay. And he was like, "Oh my God, what's happening? I know that I'm pretty good about drawing because everybody tells me that. Everybody used to tell him, okay, your drawing are amazing. But then when it was the time for drawing by memory, he was struggling. And then the thing is that's the thing I think about creating muscle memory about what you do, you know. And now this is that's a problem that I have seen in so many painters, because a painter, we used to spend so many hours in front of things like we're gonna paint a still life, something like simple as an apple, and we stare at the apple for 3 days, but we don't imagine the apple. We just copy the apple. Okay, trying to copy values, lights, shadows, and all of that. It's the same for the human face. We complete that training when we, let's say, study anatomy, because anatomy, it kind of help us to see more beneath the skin. What is behind? Why this light is always here? Why the highlight is always here? Why this highlight here? Why in this area in the mouth there is always light here and a little bit of shadow in this area? Why there is a little bit of a bump here? Because of the muscles. Okay, I think the only advantage I think I have had in my painting career is like when I was a teenager, when I was a kid, I loved to draw cartoons, by memory. I love to draw the Spider-Man and all those things. I didn't do it okay, but by doing that, I was pushing my memory. I was pushing my memory to try to remember the positions. And some of my practices now today is just about drawing the human body in different positions by memory. They don't come out okay because it's difficult to draw by memory. But it's something that I could say that is pretty nice for everybody to do, because it's just you train your memory. Okay, try to draw a portrait by memory. Don't expect to do that portrait pretty good. I mean, it's not about making that portrait good. It's just about pushing yourself to just remember things on the face, things that you've been painting so many times. That's I mean, I think that's a really good training. Sorry about the noises around me. You know that here at home nobody cares that I'm painting for YouTube. That's true. I mean, I gotta say that's true. Nobody cares. Even the cats, because I have some cats here, they're trying pushing my door to get into here to pee. Hello, Intesar. Hello, Mercutio. They have a visual library from drawing constantly from life. Yeah, that's what great. Lothar is saying, when doing an oil painting portrait, I still do a precise pencil pre-drawing first, which I must fix first with very thin acrylics white to avoid smearing the oil paints later. That's pretty good, Lothar. Hello, Melanie. Oh, thank you, Melanie. How I wished I dared to let the portrait develop. This is saying, writing Lothar Alberts. How I wish I'd dare to let the portrait develop, including likeness like you do. Oh, thank you. And Vladimir Vologov too, without too much technical drawing. Okay, yeah, pretty nice to be compared with Vladimir Vologov. Hello, Frank Savalo from Cuba. Un fuerte abrazo. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Now, I'll add more red this color, and let's try to draw a little bit of the ear. I was saying out loud that nobody cares about me painting here on YouTube. At home, I think I hope at home, because of the noises that you hear. And I was saying that out loud, but I realized that nobody understands me. Nobody understands me what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's pretty important. I mean, we all develop a muscle memory with practice. even when we don't want to. Okay, and one thing when I was teaching the School of Art that I started to do, because I realized this thing about the students that some of them they couldn't draw by memory, is to start doing some little exercises. Like for the students on the first year, uh, I was putting some two elements of a still life, an apple or a jar, something pretty simple, and I put the students to watch still life just for 2 minutes. Was controlling the time, and then draw the still life by memory. That was an exercise that we used to do like for the first 3 minutes of each class. And okay, some of them they were pretty good. I gotta say that usually you see, let's say, an apple, a jar that was double size of the apple. Some of them they painted both the same size. Some of them painted a huge apple. Some of them painted drawing. Sorry, it was about drawing. Drew a small jar, a bigger, different sizes. And little by little, they're starting to be really precise about the drawing. That was pretty good. And then I started to add more elements, 3, 4 elements, and do the same. You know, it is an exercise. Maybe somebody wants to try that at home to develop a muscle memory. Yeah. And it wasn't not just about staring at the object. It was about asking questions. Like, for example, you have two objects. You said in your head, you said something like, "Hey, this the apple is half size of the other, the base of anything that's there," and that kind of stay on your head more time when you mention something, some characteristic of the objects. I'm pretty happy they tried to do it pretty good. Any more questions? Uh, okay. Feel free to ask me any question. Okay. Let's see. It's been an hour. Yeah, pretty happy with what I got. Yeah, let's continue painting. I'm planning to spend maybe 3 hours here. Fixing the color of the nose. I see some green around the face. Obviously, it's because of the background. I need a different green. I have here two greens. I have this emerald green. Look at that. And I have this chrome green. I love this one. I've been using this one lately. I'm gonna use this one. I usually use this one for glazing. I have this. I have this tube maybe for the last 2 years, maybe more. I just use this for glazing basically. It's pretty nice. And for this painting, maybe I'm gonna exaggerate a little bit the green here. I see a reflected like a little bit. I can make it just brighter. Not all around the face, just here. Concentrate the intensity here. Okay. Let's see how it works. If works okay, I'm gonna keep it. If not, I'm just going to paint over this. Or maybe I wanna spread this even more. Okay, I need to step back. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. Oh, maybe that's too intense. I like it right now. Let's see if I change that. Maybe I fix it. I don't know. I make it darker. I make it lighter. I don't know. Hello, Monique. Hello, Sylvia. I think that you are an excellent teacher and a very talented painter. Thank you. Marius says, I have a question, please. How can I make a lizard crimson by using basic colors? Is this possible? Okay. Hello, Mary. It was emerald green. Yeah, that was emerald green. Okay, this thing about making permanent lizard crimson. Yeah, the one thing about this is about the pigment. This is a transparent pigment. Okay, you can get pretty close, maybe with blue and red, but it's not gonna have the same characteristic, the transparency. Yeah. And that happens. That's what happens about pigments. That's one thing about pigments, and there's no way to. I mean, there's no way to get exactly the same color. My suggestion that would be just find buy a tube of permanent alizarin crimson. I made me remember when I was a student, I was trying to paint. I think it was a piece, some bread, and I was trying to get some yellow ochre, and I was trying again and again. I painted that. I checked out. It wasn't the color. I took my palette knife. I, wiped off the paint, and I started again. And I tried that a couple of times, and then my teacher was around there and was saying, what are you doing? I mean, I saw you just wipe off and you're painting again. Yeah, but I couldn't get the color. I want to get the color. Okay. Let me see your palette. And okay, I mean, you're not gonna get the color with just one yellow. I don't remember. I got just one yellow, and it was like uh, I borrowed, from one of my friends. I think lemon yellow, and then I got the color. It's just like that. Sometimes it's just impossible. We need sometimes more than just, more than just one yellow, one red, one blue. For a portrait, it could be okay because the skin color It's like you don't need intense red. I mean, this red is here is mute. If you take out this red from here and put it close to red, you're gonna see that it's pretty mute. Okay, and, that's just depends. It's just like going out to paint a landscape with the sword palette. That's not gonna work very good. Or going out to paint a landscape with just one yellow. It's the same. Okay, you need at least two yellows, lemon yellow and or cream yellow and a cadmium yellow, because of the green variations. We need, I mean, there is a lot of things about color theory, like for example, the influence of other colors on one color. Okay, but even mastering that, how to work with contrast, how to use contrast to change how light, how dark, how intense is a color. Yeah? Even using that is not enough. We need we need more than so many times more than 5 or 6 colors. It's like here, if I have a green background here. If I change and make it red, definitely that's gonna affect the skin color. That's gonna change the skin color a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's gonna change it a little bit. It's like it doesn't matter how much time you've been mixing the color. When you make a change on the background, that would change everything. But that's why I mean, this thing I prefer. Let's say build up color, just adding paint, layer after layer, little by little. When I want to be precise about the value scale, about this, lighter color, darker, darker, darker. You're going to listen for everywhere. What's this? Value makes how it was like that. Value makes all the work, and colors takes the credit. Okay. More questions? More questions? I love questions. Gotta move this shadow a little bit up. Yeah, there. Let's step back. Okay, it looks like everything is okay. Need to add more light to the face. Blanca is saying the lemon yellow is so cool. Sylvia is saying, where do you find this picture? I usually find all the pictures on Pinterest. I'm using lately a website is Pixels. Pixels. I don't know how to say that. Susan is saying, where can we see you perform your art? Like an art exhibition? Yeah, yeah, I don't, to be honest, nowhere. Just here on YouTube. Hello, Frank. Okay, hello, me, Mehmet Demirel from Turkey. Okay. Let me see. What else? What else? It's been a long time since I participate on an art exhibition. I used to do it with my friends. You know, we had a friend. Well, she's still around there, and she used to look for places here in Peru, like usually some banks here they have a space for making art activities, like art exhibitions. Yeah. And we used to go and show our paintings there, and there was some, let's say, a museum, small museum. We used to do that all the time. Maybe they back to organize those exhibitions. I mean, we lost contact because of the pandemic. Mixing black and alizarin crimson. You're gonna find me every Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Time. I've been lately, like I said, on and off on YouTube, and I'm just trying to have a schedule. And maybe I'm gonna add another day, maybe next month. Let's see. For the people that speak Spanish, I'm going live on my Spanish channel Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Peru time, which is the same like Central Time. But when I say Peru time, nobody knows. When I say Central Time, it's like everybody knows. Yeah, Central Time. Peru time is like, what time is that? Okay. Want to move to the other eye. Blanca is saying, is the actress Susan Day? I don't know. Sorry. Hello, George. Thank you. Thank you, Gilbert. Susan is saying, it's a render of those, even though. Okay. I didn't get that word. Mehmet is asking me, will you do digital painting? Yeah, definitely. I've been practicing. I have practiced for a few times. I'm practicing again. Yeah, definitely. I want to try again. Or maybe I'm gonna create a new channel for just digital paintings. But I did that with I have a drawing channel. I thought the same. Okay, I gotta have another channel for drawing. In this way, I keep this for painting, the other one for drawing. And at the end, I cannot, keep videos on my drawing channel. It's just too much work. But I love this. Uh, I could I gotta find a way, to go live in my drawing channel too. Yeah, maybe I could do it tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. Now, like I said, I'm working a little bit. I worked a little bit on the nose. Now I'm moving to the mouth, then the hair, then go back to the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna move to the hair. Okay. Exploring history. I need to learn Spanish too. Okay. Mary saying, Susan, you're in my time zone. Add an hour to Central Time. Yeah, it's a good tip. Blanca is saying, remember me the Goya painting, La Dama con la sombrilla. The green reflects in her face. Yeah, very nice. Mary is saying, Renzo, doing the drawing lesson on the current subject before painting is a drawing class. Okay, 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 okay. The image for tonight drawing class, drawing session. Okay, let's use this one for the next week. Sylvia, which brown is the hair? I mean, I'm using black and orange. That's I just that, but you can anyone can use just raw amber or burnt amber. Okay. Gilbert is saying from one of your next portraits, I would suggest Canadian jazz singer and pianist Diana Krall from the cover of her Wallflower album. And yes, I listen to vinyl records. Oh, wow, it's pretty nice. Speaking about vinyl records, I have like 20, 30 vinyl records, and I haven't heard any of those. I just have them because somebody just gave them to me. I don't even remember how. Yeah, I don't, yeah, I don't remember. I think it was some kind of gift. But, I was a guy. I think, I don't remember. But I thought it was pretty nice. And every time that I go to the mall here that's close, we have a mall here pretty close. And I saw in a store this, record player, play record, this thing to play the vinyls records. And I'm thinking about buying that just to listen those songs. Maybe I will, maybe not. No, I love music, but at the same time, when sometimes there's not enough time in the day to do all those things, and sometimes it's just really fast to go to YouTube and play any song. Obviously, that's it's different. Obviously, it's different. Okay, let's see. The neck kind of goes not the diagonal line to the corner of the mouth up. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna blend. Okay, let's read the comments. Vinyl is pronounced like vinyl, 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 vinyl. Okay, vinyl. That's okay. Anyway, thank you, Melanie. Let's use the translator. Let's see.
Vinyl.
Vinyl. Thank you so much, Melanie. Vinyl. Yeah. Pretty sure I make you all laugh sometimes when I mispronounce a word. That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice make people laugh. It's pretty nice make people laugh and make people cry. Yeah. Thank you, Melanie. Vinyl. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget this word. I don't use that word that much. When I don't use a word that much, I just forget it. Vinyl. I gotta pronounce it a little bit, a few times, to try to make it stick on my brain. Gilbert is saying if you were French, you could have been correct in your pronunciation of vinyl. Okay, that's pretty nice. That's pretty good. Yeah? Now I know how to say vinyl in French. Okay. More questions? Okay, I think I gotta reduce the head. That's too big, I think. Yeah, a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think over here. Yeah, I think that's better. Yep, yep. Okay. Marius is saying we all thank Melanie. Hello, Jonas. Jonas is saying I sometimes have problems to soften the shadow edge. Sometimes it gets too hard. Have you got any tips on it? Yeah. Uh, okay, this thing about softening, it's about two things. The tool, I mean the brush, you need a really soft brush. And I don't mean like a really soft, like a brush for those Chinese brushes to to write. That would be too soft. I mean the tip of the brush is pretty soft. Like this brush, for example, it's kind of stiff on the base, okay, but pretty soft on the tip. That's what you need to get. That's the more important the tip. When I blend, I don't use the complete brush. I just go like this, like that, pretty lightly. It's more about that and practice and trying again, again, and again and again. Let's see. Okay, I need more shadow below the mouth. Shadow here. Okay, I think I gotta move this a little bit up. Mm, yeah, here, maybe here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, a brush for blending. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Melanie. Susan saying, I'm so sorry I have to leave. Why? Why should you? Okay, thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Melanie. I think it's time you had a coffee, or something. Hey, that's yeah, yeah. I need one. Thank you. It's time for it's coffee time. Coffee time. Yeah. I had a coffee pretty early today, like 6 a.m. And then I had my second coffee like at 8 a.m. And then I went to my dad's. And then at my dad's house, they don't drink water. They just drink coffee. Like it's for you know the morning and every time. And I got a coffee too. I think I got enough caffeine on me for the rest of the day. No, but I'm pretty sure that I got an extra coffee. And then I'm gonna stop maybe for a week because I've been drinking coffee the whole week. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna switch to tea, maybe green tea. And after a week, I go back to coffee again. Lini saying my nan is like that. Drink so much coffee. I couldn't do it. I could be in caffeine overload. Yeah. Uh, I love Peruvian coffee. We know we are not very well known by our coffee. It's pretty good, but I gotta say that I was going to. It was like a few years ago. I was going to. Oh my god, I don't remember. But the thing is, I ended up on a hotel in Bogota, Colombia. Okay, because there was a delay on the fly, and I was just there in the hotel for 6 hours, and I remember I went to just eat something, and while I was waiting, I got some free coffee. You know, I remember the waiter, it was like, "Hey, you want some coffee?" Okay, yes. How much is that? No, it's free. I say, "What? Yeah, free?" Yeah, it was just amazing, delicious. Yeah. And while I was waiting for my sandwich, I asked him again for coffee, and he was like, "Yeah, that's okay. You can ask me all the time." It was pretty nice. That's the best thing about, losing the fly. No, I didn't lose the fly. Well, that's delay in Colombia. I think it was for the weather. I don't even remember. Okay, I want to work a little bit on the ice. Blanca is saying I am an addict. Lynn is saying, "Oh yeah, I bet Colombian coffee was good." Yeah, it was pretty good. I got, you know, I love Peruvian coffee. We for real we have a nice coffee, but uh, not that I don't know that day I just and I have drink coffee, Cuban coffee, which is pretty good. You know, I mean I have gone to Cuba. I drink Cuban coffee in Miami. It was amazing. But that particularly Colombian coffee, that was just the top of the top. Something is not okay here. I'm having a problem with something simple like this. You can see a little bit of a tooth here, a little bit here. It's pretty dark. Lynn is saying, I have just randomly come across your channel and this is amazing. How often do you go live and paint like this? I go. I used to go live like on and off, like twice a week, 3 times a week. But lately, I've been just I couldn't find any live stream for the last 2 weeks. I think now I have a schedule. Every Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Time, I'm gonna make a live stream. Yeah. Blank is saying I live in Miami now, so now you understand my addiction. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Lynn is saying uh, I'm from England. and everyone loves tea here. Oh, that's pretty nice. I love tea too. I mean, I switch. Like 1 week is about coffee for me. The next week is about tea. Yeah. Now it's my coffee week. Oh, everybody loves coffee. I think we can speak about coffee. I'm from Sweden, and we are big coffee drinkers. Jonas is saying that. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, everybody loves coffee. I think we can speak about coffee the whole day, which is pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna work on the eyes. Okay, blue eyes. I need to travel more, but I've been in Guatemala. I've been in uh, USA. I've been in Colombia, and that's it. Okay, no more. No. But I gotta say that I loved something about each place. I mean, USA, I've been in New York and Miami and Puerto Rico. In Colombia, I stayed on Cali for 4 months when I was in my 20s. Okay, and I had a lot of fun. Yeah. Still remember so many things about Colombia, about Cali. And I stayed a year in New York. It was pretty nice. Pretty nice people in New York. It's just like everybody just trying to help each other. Yeah. Speaking about almost like 18, 17 years ago, that was pretty nice. I wanna go back. Now I travel a little bit through stories of my patrons because usually some of my patrons just share some stories about where they have had lived or they where they have gone. It's like just like living, traveling through then, like sharing that experience. For example, Gary, he was going to fish, fly fishing. He practiced fly fishing. He showed us, a big fish that he catch last week, a week ago, I think. Okay, I'm reading the comments. Yeah, pretty nice. People are sharing a little bit of where they had been, where they had gone. Yeah, I would love to read something like maybe where's one of your favorite place that where you want to come back. Yeah, for me, it's about New York and Cali. I can't decide between both places. Definitely, I would love to go back to both. Well, thank you so much, Lynn, for the super chat. Yeah, definitely, I spend the super chat in coffee. And after meeting some people from Europe, I would love to go to Europe. Uh, Now that I got two super chats from Lynn from England and from Melanie from England, I want to go to England. I read somewhere that something like what make people happy in life is traveling. You know, I'm pretty sure I read that on a traveling magazine. Okay, I paint the pupil. I'm using just pure black for the pupil. I'm gonna using pure black for the eyelashes here. Okay. Well, I gotta say, if somebody wants to buy one of my paintings, there's a link to my website. Yeah, for example, this painting here is 160 $160, shipping included. Okay, I'm gonna add more highlights to the face. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of this green with white. Okay, now let's blend. Oh, Mary saying Renzo Lin made you an offer you shouldn't refuse. Okay, let me scroll up. Oh, Lin is saying you can come and stay with me and paint. Oh wow. Oh, that would be pretty nice. Yeah. Some of these days, I'm gonna knock on some of your doors, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, I'm Renzo." You're gonna say, "What?" Yeah. Show me your hand. Okay, here's my hand. Okay, yeah, now you're Renzo. Show me your hairy arm. Yeah, you're Renzo. Yeah, and you know what? Pretty sure I'm good to that. I'm a cheap, I'm a cheap guy. Yeah, everything to save a hotel. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna borrow your car. Yeah. You would regret inviting me to go. Adding this green, the face is kind of orangey. Uh, and we have green here. The green, I think it works pretty good for the lights. One thing about these brushes for blending is I can shape them. You see, by pressuring, you see that? And that happens because of these brushes are stiffed on the base. Look at that. If I pressure really hard, I have like something like a fan brush. Did you ever use flake white? It seems your delicate style would work well with it. Lynn is saying you can borrow my tractor. Okay, that would be pretty nice. No, Mercutio. No, I haven't. I loved, the brightness of the titanium white, and uh, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, because so many people says that they loved how soft and transparent is the white, and I'm pretty sure I have tried it before. Well, but it's not like, to be honest. Sometimes I have some borrow some oil paints to make a demo. I don't pay attention that much to the colors. I mean, something pretty simple that's gonna be pretty nice, just for me to paint. Yeah. But I mean, it depends. If you want some more elaborated painting, when you're planning to add glazes and all of that, definitely we should try more pigments. We should try as much as colors as possible. I mean, the colors that would work on a portrait. But for one session painting, uh, we don't need that much. Yeah, we can get away with just with even with the sword palette. I gotta say that's pretty limited, and it works pretty good. Okay, I love the green as a highlight, but I think I'm gonna add those spots some yellow with white. Okay, and I think I need a more intense yellow. I'm gonna add a little bit of chrome yellow. Okay, this is chrome yellow. It's pretty intense. Chrome yellow hue. Okay, that's gonna be brighter. We can add it like that and blend it. Okay, or we can just take with the brush for blending a little bit of tip of the brush, you can see, and go like this, like you're adding makeup. And at the same time that you're blending, just leaving a little bit of the color there. Okay. Okay, I got a question here for Melanie. Is tomorrow a paint party or a critique? Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a paint party. Melanie's asking me about the lessons on Patreon. We're gonna have one Friday critique, and the next Friday the paint party, and the next Friday critique, and the next Friday the paint party. Eduardo is saying, great master. I always watch your videos. Always very interesting. Okay, okay. Thank you. Mary saying, Renzo, you missed my request. I purchased this one. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm laughing here just reading. You can borrow my tractor, from Lean, and just I was picturing myself just drawing a tractor, and I was laughing. Okay, I need to. Okay, here I need more brushes. Okay, this one I need to add more shadow here. Adding a little bit of orangey, a more intense orange, but just a tiny bit, okay? In some areas, just to add some transparency to the shadow areas. It's pretty subtle. Speaking about living in different places, what one of the advantage of living in New York is you can move. You can move everywhere. You can move everywhere. You know, you just take the train, take the subway, and you can go everywhere. When I was in Miami, I remember uh, a few times uh, I went to buy groceries, and I used to walk like 10 blocks to a mall. And you get just that it's pretty sunny, it's pretty hot in Miami, and wow, that was just too much. And I remember one of the times I was just walking, and usually there's no one on the streets. I mean, nobody walks, you know. And I was just walking there, and it started just it was pretty windy, and it started to rain just a lot. I couldn't even walk. It was just too rain. I mean, for me it was just too much. I had to stop uh, just there in the middle of, like close to a tree, I think, and wait there. I was completely wait. I was waiting there for 10 minutes. And then, I mean, the good thing is, it's pretty hot, but you don't feel like, you're gonna get sick or anything. And I just went home, just there, wait. For me, I just laughed now about those things. Remember not to paint the white of the eyes too white. Okay. Okay, let's see. Squinting down my eyes, comparing. Oh, I need more light here. Not too bright enough to make this kind of swollen that area. Feel the roughness on that area. The same here. Okay, let me step back. I'm gonna read the comments. Okay. I like how you do idealize by 10% instead of being literal. Yeah. Diane is saying, this is amazing. I love watching you. Your painting looks so much more vibrant and beautiful than the photo. Thank you, Diane. Curtis saying, short time lurker. Just like to say you're a very good artist. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Okay. Diane is saying, I love that you show how you stretched the portrait in the beginning. I'm trying to get up the nerve to try this myself. Yeah, just try it. It's just like that phrase, just do it. Yeah, I think it works when we go little by little, not like just do it just like that. I don't think it's gonna work. You know, it's just like at the beginning there is so many things that you don't have an answer. Like you gotta kind of experiment and discover things by doing that. But the idea is start with things super simple because we're gonna be afraid, and no matter how much somebody tells you, "Hey, don't be afraid," that's you're gonna be afraid of ruining a painting. Okay, now we it's better when we see somebody just doing something, and because that kind of it's better to see something, show us, the path, it show us how to do something, and that's an advantage. But that's why when we begin to paint, we start with simple subjects, and usually still lifes, and then we move to more complicated things. And when we paint the still lifes, we can start with simple objects like opaque objects, no crystal, no metal, no glass, nothing like that. So opaque, something opaque, and then we move to more complicated things like transparent objects, like fabrics and all of that. But at the very beginning, it's keeping everything as simple as possible. I'm gonna add some lights to the hair. To painting the hair and create the effect of the light is about the brush. Okay. Oh, Hassan is telling me, could you please do something about the chin is more square? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna correct that. Uh, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. This thing about fixing the chin. Okay. I mean, I can see that something is not okay here, and I think it's about maybe moving the light here. It's a light that goes like this, and I'm having a problem here. Mm, okay. Here's the neck. Here's the chin. The middle. Yeah, I think the problem is here. Yep. Let's see. That fixed the problem. Okay, I gotta narrow the face here. Let me see. Okay, I was about to paint the hair. I'm gonna pick up this brush and definitely all the lights are gonna be affected. Are gonna be affected by this green here that pretty sure is around, you know, around here, and that means that the lights on the hair are gonna have some green. Just 1 minute, 1 minute. I need to light up this. Okay. Now thinking about that, I'm gonna mix this a lighter green here. I'm gonna add a touch of orange. I'm gonna try to be in the middle, you know, between green and orange. Let's see if this color works. Now about the brush stroke, it just pretty lightly. Okay, pretty lightly. It's not about making a complete brush stroke. It's just about the tip of the brush. I see some kind of bluish color in this area. And that's because of the sky. Remember that we have the light from the sun, that could be a warm light, and we have a light from the sky, which is a cool, weak light that it comes from everywhere, and definitely that affects all the colors. If you paint a portrait on a just sunny day, definitely the color is going to be more saturated because of the light of the sky. It's warm, yellowish light. If we paint a portrait in a cloudy day, we're gonna see more about this mute color, even some light bluish in some areas, even on the face. Okay. Let me see, I'm thinking. I'm just thinking and comparing. Yep. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now for the hair, it's about just continue doing this again and again, pretty lightly. And after that, you all can use a just tiny brush and pick up a lighter color. Let's see this color, and add some loose hair. Like that. And the same for the darker hair. Use brown. Just do that. Okay. But if you're painting just Alla Prima like I'm doing, you gotta do this at the end. I'm not gonna do more because pretty sure I'm gonna work a little bit more on the face. Or even, it's gonna be better if you let it dry. You know, in this way, if you make a mistake, like the brush stroke is maybe too thick, you just wipe it off really easy because I mean the painting is gonna be dry. Okay, now back to the comments. Okay. Mm. Okay, you probably get to it, but upside edge of her eye on our left. Okay, that means this one. Her right, yeah, looks unfinished. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Thank you. Mm. Yep. Okay. Let's see. It's been 2 hours, 20 minutes. It's pretty nice. I was planning to paint for 3 hours. I think I have enough time for making more and more retouches. Let's see. Okay, I need to work on the ear. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Sniper Wipers is telling me uh, pupil looks strange. Okay, I'm gonna check on that. Thank you. Mm, okay, I don't like the ear. Somebody saying, Mercutio, you should charge more. Yeah, good idea. Hey Mary, the price just went up. Ooh. But it's not about the price. It's not. Uh, I think it's about sharing with people that loved art. Uh, and you know, I just, for some reason, I think that people is gonna take is gonna take care of my paintings more maybe than I do. Oh, because I have a lot of paintings and it's just like they are just like okay. One of the a couple of paintings are ruined. One is because of I have some animals here, and I put the one of the paintings on an upper place just to keep it safe while it was drying. Yeah, and I didn't realize that it wasn't the you know, and one of my cats path, and he stepped all over the painting on his way to the roof. Yep. I should have think about that because those the cats just love to go up, and now I keep the paintings just here. Nothing happened to them, but things like that could happen sometimes. Melanie saying I have to go now. Thank you, Melanie, for the super chat. See you next time. Bye. Mary saying, no, I can't afford more. Eh, everything is going up. No, no, it's not. It's not about you know. It's not about price. It's not. It's not about that. It's not about. I I could even put a lower price to my paintings, but but it's different. It's different to have a lower price on the paintings. If I could show the paintings on an art gallery, I don't know. It's just a different place. It's just like here. I know the people that's watching this loved art, and we share that. We all share that, you know. And I think it's pretty nice just to for some people just buy a painting. And for me, of course, I love money. Who don't? Who don't love money? Who doesn't? And at the same time, I have for like every 4 or 5 months, I have like a big sale. I mean, just for my patrons, where I put all the paintings that we've been painting on the lessons for just $60 each painting. Yeah. And I'm about to do one of those sales these days. I've been collecting the photograph. Oh, Sniper Y% shows the painting. Yeah, it's just there in some place. I didn't touch it. It's just like we didn't. I didn't see the. I mean, the pose of the cat. I didn't see anything. It's just like he was going over the painting so many times that it just is a mess. When you have animals here around paintings, just things like that happens. I used to have a dog, and this dog, it was a big dog. One day he ate almost half of my big blue tube paint. You know, it's just I don't know what happened. I mean, I think he found it that the blue it was pretty tasty, and he ate it. And I was so worried, like, oh my God, this dog is gonna die. And nothing happened to him. He was making poop, 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 poop. How do you say it? Blue poop, poo poo, poo poo. It was pretty funny, because you find just there where he used to make poo poo or blue. Can you find? Can you imagine that? It was really pretty funny, and we were so worried, man, worried about thinking about what could happen to this guy, to the dog, but nothing happened to him. Yeah. And then he ate flake white, and he died. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding. I just I started to keep all my paintings, secure. I used to just leave the paintings just there. I keep them in a box. And that was cover blue. But it was a cheap uh, brand. That means that maybe it wasn't not covered at all on the tube. They use some dyes, yeah, for color. That's just pretty nice. Pretty funny when the things like that happens. It could be pretty kind of scary sometimes, but when at the end nothing happened, you have a good laugh. Yeah, footprints all over it. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Mr. Sergi. Sergi. Uh, I didn't realize when I put the painting up, it was a window there. And just the cat, you was just, jumping on top of the painting and then jumping to the window. That was pretty funny. Oh, and that big dog, I remember he just, uh, it was one of those days that you go out. I went out for hours, and then when I came back, I found a painting. Just, he just ate kind of the half of the painting, the canvas. He just started to play with it. It was nothing there. Wow, that was, I said, okay. Um, I usually don't care about those things, like, things like that happens. If I get mad for all the things that could happen in life, well, eh, I just kick the dog, kick the door out of the house. Okay, continue. If somebody has any question about painting, just feel free to ask about the materials I use, about the brushes, the brands, all of that. And there is a link to Amazon where you can find. One thing, I couldn't find the same brushes that I use on Amazon, but I put a link to brushes that I have used because it's from time to time. You see me using these brushes with this handle, green handle, and maybe next moment you wanna just watch me here. I said here, hear me. You watch me using this brown brush, or this one, and then kind of I change. When I go to buy brushes, sometimes I I just buy new ones and I try to try them. I found them just wow, pretty nice. Kind of a switch to a different brushes. Yeah? But all of them are pretty similar. Pretty similar. Synthetic brushes. If you see the link on the description box of each one of my videos, you're gonna see a package of 12 brushes for just I think $20. Okay, that's pretty nice. Now I gotta say that they don't last too much. If obviously you want better brushes, you gotta just aim for bigger prices. Yep. I'm gonna add a touch of light blue here as an accent. I wanna see if it looks okay. It's a little bit darker here. Okay, let me step back and compare. Okay. I would love to add a yellow glaze. Okay, I'm gonna paint a little bit of the background this way, kind of raised from the face. I'm gonna put this green. This is a beautiful green. Let's. I use this to add some glazes for the lights on the face. This is number 18. It says emerald green. If somebody want to use it for adding some glazes. Sniper Wiper saying, good job, he didn't eat cadmium or lead colors. Yeah, yeah. It's a good thing to buy, cheap paint when you have animals. Because for sure, there's not any cadmium in a cheap painting. It's just more like a dye, something to add color. Liani is saying, will these videos be saved on the channel? So if I leave now, I can watch the rest tomorrow? No, you gotta stay, Lian. You gotta stay here for 2 more hours. Don't go away. Don't take your eyes from your TV. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's gonna be saved. Don't worry. You can watch it later. I know it could be pretty late on England right now. Yeah. Somebody's asking me about my surface is canvas. It's a canvas. The whole this area is a canvas. I use a portion of the canvas as a palette. Um, Sniper Wiper, James, Rosemary. Yeah, yeah. I have seen so many painters saying that Rosemary brushes are pretty good, and I'm pretty sure that They are pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use this blue. Let's see how it works. Sorry, this green with blue. It's not the same green, but I wanna see how it works, okay? Oh, Sniper Warp is in 10:45 here in UK. Okay, okay. All the people in UK dismissed. You can go sleep. Go to sleep now. Okay, Liani is saying it's pretty late. I'm going to sleep. Okay, don't forget that you invited me to your house in England. I'm gonna knock on your door tomorrow morning. Uh, you know, or maybe late, like 3 a.m. I'm gonna knock on your door. That could be pretty scary. Oh, Italy is 11:47. Okay, for all the people in Italy, you can go to sleep now. In my drawing channel, I used to, I, I have, I have done some live streams like at 11. I started at 11 p.m. Peru time, like it's like Central Time, and or sometimes even at midnight. It was a good time for me for drawing. It was pretty late. I remember some of my patrons used to be there. Basically, Monique and Mary. I think it was more about Mary. Leonie says, I had worse people knock on my door. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Okay, this green, I'm gonna add more yellow. Yeah, I love this. I think I have to darken up a little bit here. Yeah. Okay, this is too dark. This one here. Eduardo is saying 6:48 in Brazil. Yeah. For all the people in Brazil, yeah, you can stay more time here. Maybe I should start. I should start this streaming a little bit earlier. Yeah, because I noticed a lot of people is from Europe. Yeah, yeah. Now an hour earlier. That's. I mean, for me, that's the same. You know, start at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Central Time. It's okay. No later, no later because later we have a drawing session with my patrons, and yeah, later that could be just a little bit difficult for me. I'm gonna think about that. Maybe I'm gonna change my schedule. Okay. Mm, okay. Well, it's a good thing I got the light here about the forehead. I need to feel that this is turning. I don't feel that this is turning. That means that I need to add a little bit of shadow here. Okay. Now I'm gonna blend. Sniper Wiper is saying 28:50 here on Mars. We have the same hour. We have the same time here in Peru. Okay, I need to have this pupil pretty dark. I need to do the same for this pupil. Make it pretty dark. And here the same, pretty dark. About a little bit darker the eyebrow. Mr. Sergi saying bonsoir too, bonsoir Renzo. Wow, I would love to learn French. Vivian is saying I'm from Iraq and the time now is 12:50 a.m. Oh wow, looks like you're one of those persons that kind of maybe find difficult to sleep. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. That's why I used to make the live stream on my drawing channel pretty late because I was like. But the only problem that when you're not able to sleep, you're kind of awake, half awake, half sleepy, and when I started to draw, I started to feeling sleepy. You know, I go to bed and all my sleep just gone, and then I gotta do something. But anyway, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for people from different parts of the world just watching at different times. Yeah. I think you all should be sleeping by now. Anyway, I want you all here, okay? Don't go, don't sleep. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a joke. No, no, I don't know any joke. I'm gonna try to. Okay, wait. I'm gonna concentrate on the painting a little bit. Okay. Okay. I need to darken up here. Here. There's a lot of spherical forms on the face. We gotta be sure to get all of them as much as possible. The eye, for example, the eye is something that we gotta represent always the spherical form of the eye. Remember, don't paint uh, the eye completely white. The white of the eye just flat. The eye is a ball, is a sphere, okay? And we gotta shade this as a sphere. That means we have one side with light and the other side in shadow. Okay, let's move to the other eye. Okay. Okay. I'm squinting down my eyes. I think I'm a little bit darker here. Okay. A little bit darker here. Pretty subtle. Oh, hello, Michael. Thank you, Eduardo. Exploring history scene 3 p.m. in Vancouver, Canada. Oh, that's pretty nice. Thank you, Mary. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of pink here to the tear duct. I'm adjusting the values here and there. Okay, checking out everything, squinting down my eyes and checking out where I have to make it darker or lighter. For example, here I have to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Here a little bit darker. I'm using the brush 00. Just look at my painting, it's pretty small. No, the size of the brushes depends on the size of your painting. Okay. I'm gonna just put some dark dots to represent some eyelashes on the lower eyelid. Just there. Okay. Now, one thing that I can make it sharp, really sharp. Let me see. I need that mid color is here on the nose. Okay. This. The idea is to make the nose just pop forward. And if you wanna just use color to create depth, you gotta think, for example, this color should be a little bit more mute, okay, than the color on the nose. In this way, that's color theory. You know, a mute color, cool color is gonna recede. A more intense, saturated color is gonna just pop forward. Okay. For example, if I add, let's say, an orangey color to the nose here, even that's pretty subtle. That's gonna make the nose pop forward and pop forward. And the highlight, for example, the highlight, if I can make it a warmer color, with a little bit of yellow, you know, here and here. Okay, and the light here it could be mute. That means that this light here has more white than yellow, and the light on the nose has more yellow than white, and that creates a difference. And that makes the highlight here just pop forward more than the other. And you could do that. It could be pretty subtle, but that's gonna make a difference. Okay. Uh, all the lights you could apply that to all the lights. This is not just for portraits. This is color theory. Okay, that's how we use color to create depth. Okay, and the simple way to explain that is when a teacher used to say, "Hey, cool colors recede, warm colors come forward." Just that. That simple explanation is all of this. Obviously, we gotta kind of when we paint a portrait, pay attention to all those little details and see where we change the color a little bit, make it a little bit warmer, creating some contrast. For example, here I add green. I can add a light yellow. You know, I'm not saying that I'm gonna replace completely the green. This yellow is gonna be there with that color, with the greenish color. Okay. Definitely, sometimes we don't pay attention to that, but definitely sometimes some painters just go to that extreme on details, on light, temperature. For example, the ear, you know how I make the light or the highlight on the ear just pop forward. If everything is kind of a mute color with a lot of white, that means that I don't see too much yellow. I could use a more yellowish highlight. Okay, and that's gonna make a difference with the other color. And what's the result? And the result is the light is gonna look brighter. Okay, and it's about controlling how much you want of that light. A little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. Okay. What time is it? Almost 3 hours. I think I'm getting to the end. Maybe I'm gonna paint in 10 more minutes. What do you think, Mary? And thank you so much, Mary, for buying the painting. Hello, Mervat. Vivian is saying, I can't sleep while you draw. Never. Will you stay until you finish drawing? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. I'm squinting down my eyes again, trying to check out lights. Okay, one little thing. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of white. There, a little bit here. Pretty lightly, okay? Basically, I'm mixing here. Imagine that this portion is your palette, this area, and you're mixing a color here. You're adding white to any color and mixing. Okay, I want some light, but I don't add in yellow to the light. I don't want the light just to pop forward that much because it's the eye is not coming forward. It's inside the eye socket, which is different with the highlight on the nose. That's why I added a little bit of yellow to the highlight on the nose because I want this light to pop forward. Okay. Don't worry that I usually repeat the same in all of my videos. Little bit differences. Okay. If you want to know about secrets, my secrets, you should join my Patreon account. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Mary saying I really like it a lot. Ton just came in and said I made a good choice. Oh, thank you so much. Sniper Wiper saying I'm 50 now and been able to draw since I was little. Never knew about the color wheel or theory until I seen it on YouTube years ago. My school taught us nothing about color. Oh, yeah. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. But color, I mean, color definitely helps. But yeah, what I can say, I mean, that usually happens. It's just like some people pay more attention to values, some people pay more attention to colors, some people pay more attention to mixing colors. Yep. But we try to get everything, drawing, structure, color theory, composition, mixing colors. At some points, we realize that when it's about mixing colors, is it's about getting close to the color, but it's more about getting pretty close to value. How dark or light is the color? Eduardo is saying, what language have you paid classes in? Okay, I have in English. That's my Patreon account in English, and I have a group class in Spanish every Wednesday from not every Wednesday, four Wednesdays of the month from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's in Spanish. I promote my Spanish group classes on my obviously Spanish account, and I promote the other ones. You know, the English classes here. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm squinting down my eyes. I need to see a bump here, a little bit. Okay, pretty subtle. But even when I don't see it on the photograph, I need to insinuate this. I need to see a little bit of this. Remember, that's the anatomy of the face. You cannot escape on anatomy. Hello, Sharon. Good morning, Renzo. Good. How do you choose the background color? Yeah, about the background color is about what do you want. I mean, sometimes, oh, in this case, I'm copying the photograph, but when you wanna change it, okay, it depends. You wanna create more contrast. You wanna create less contrast. You want like contrast is just something as simple as, let's say, when anyone dress, and when you go out to the street with a red t-shirt, and green pants, or when you go out with a gray t-shirt and black pants. The contrast, the mood is different. Yeah? It's the same for a painting. If I add a light background to this one, definitely it's gonna change the value of the face. It's gonna look a little bit darker because against the white, and but at the same time it's gonna change the whole image. That's gonna be less contrast. Yeah? If I make this even darker, like pure black, that's gonna add more light here. What you do on the background is gonna affect how we see the face. Uh, what one background that's gonna be an option. Let's say that I think, in my opinion, it's gonna work when we don't know what to do, and it's gonna work for every occasion. That's gonna be just a gray, just mixing black and white. Why? Because it's neutral. You know, the value is in the middle. It's not darker. It's not lighter. Okay. Every color against gray is gonna look colorful. Yeah, because gray, there is no color there. If you add any color against gray, it's gonna look, obviously, by contrast, a little bit more colorful. It's not like, obviously, it's gonna glow in color. It's gonna be really bright in color. No, no, that's not gonna happen. But definitely by contrast is when we see this one. This one is more colorful than this one. It's pretty close, and this one is more colorful than this one, and this one than this one. It's just like that. Adding a little bit of green here, because definitely there are a lot of green around here, and that's definitely is gonna affect the skin color. Okay. Now I'm gonna make all of this pretty soft, a lost edge. Softening edges is another way to create depth. I mean, it's not just about all the softened edges. It's just about the balance between sharp and soft edges. See a little bit of a reflected light here. A little bit. Let me see what time. 3 hours. Okay. Mary saying unlucky the background is an orange. Oh yeah. I'm gonna change it again. I'm gonna change it now. I'm gonna make it orangey. Okay. Mary say commercial. Renzo really simplifies. Oh, thank you, Mary. Love Thari saying thank you, Renzo, for enhancing my motivation to paint again and again. It's pretty nice to paint. It's a passion. That happens with we have a passion. That is something that we gotta just do it. It's just like an addiction. You know, like any addiction is better when you just share your addiction with some friends. That's why I just suggest join my Patreon, my Patreon account, my Patreon, group. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna add more blue here. Okay. Adding cover blue and adding this emerald green as a light of the cover blue. Okay. That's gonna make obviously a more brighter light. Okay, yeah, just that wavelength. I could add more, but let's add more of this light. I think it's too pointy. This, yeah. Now I see the angle is just too pointy. Yeah, I think I have moved this too much. I'm gonna move this a little bit up. And loose the edge. Okay. Mercutio saying, are there any good online painting communities where people share their work? Oh yes, in Facebook you can find a lot of groups. There are a lot of groups. Yeah. And I gotta say that we have a group, a private group. Sorry, I gotta make my commercial. Okay, a little bit lighter here. Okay. Oh, Diane is telling me about the teeth. I didn't even thought about that. It's kind of reddish, it's around, but the mouth is red. I think it's working pretty good. But obviously the teeth is just like the white of the eye. We shouldn't paint that pretty white or pure white. Okay. Hilarious Saim. Okay, thank you. Okay, getting to the end. I'm gonna add maybe a glaze. I would love to add a yellowy glaze. Maybe, not so sure. But I think the painting is okay just the way it is. I'm gonna let it dry and gonna see that if I add some glazes. Thank you so much everybody for being here, okay? Really appreciate people from different parts of the world, from different hours, different time, different times, and just Mercy is Rest students are a nice group. We share paintings on a private site. Yep. Yeah, we share paintings and we have a critique session twice a month, Fridays. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta eat, take a rest, and be ready for drawing session tonight. Let me check out for the last time. I think the nose, uh, maybe the nose, the nostril, maybe I should reduce the nostril. Mm, yeah, maybe a little bit. Just here on the corner. Okay. What is? What about the green here? Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care, you all. See you. There you have the on the screen. The upper part here, my Patreon account and my Instagram account. Okay. Yeah, you'll know that that's kind of always difficult to stop. We don't know. We will never know when to stop. Okay, just that, just there. Okay, thank you so much, Melanie. Thank you so much, Lilin. Sorry for the super chat, and thank you so much, Mary Chester, for buying this painting. Bye, you all. Take care.